What do you look back on? What has stuck with you from our time in the Peace Corps in Romania where we served?
I think it's the people and the connections that we had. I don't know if I'll ever have that again. It just felt like we were put in a pressure cooker of an experience, new life, new country, new friends, new language, new culture, new jobs or assignments. And so
New
it's like we,
food.
yes, like we clung to each other and also the friends that we made in country. We'll say host country nationals, or at least that's how we were taught to say it. But yeah, it was the relationships, I think, just
Yeah.
how deep they were. Same question to you. What is it that you walked away with after all these years?
It made me feel like home could be where I felt like I loved the people around me. Because even when I got the opportunity to leave Romania to go visit at one point during my service, I really missed everyone that I had come to know and love. And I was ready to go back when my vacation time was up. Didn't feel like I don't want to go back.
It was a job, a work, but it also was, I've never felt so much freedom. I think all of ours at the time was a year-long application process. They look at your finances, your medicals. When you joined, you truly were free. They had to ensure that you could be, go overseas for 2 years and not be bothered with a lease or some credit debt, that you weren't running from something. It's
Yeah.
this weird sense of responsibility, but also freedom and also service. Like you were there to be of service. Do you
Yeah.
remember the mission?
One is to provide help and experienced volunteers in countries that need them. And the second one is for Americans to learn about other people that are in another country, and for those people to learn about Americans, and not from the movies, but from real interactions. And like, even if you're just doing two of those goals, it's like you're doing your mission.
And
I
some were
thought,
holding on to one. you know?
but that's a lot of work. When you look at the state of our country, we're so divided as a country right now. That simple mission of being willing to interact with and learn from someone different than you, even though it seems so simple. Imagine if that was a goal that our students had in this country. Like, you know what? All you have to do is sit with someone who thinks different than you, talks different than you, and learn about who they are and how they are. And they should do the same to you. Like, wow, what a big idea. What an awesome thing that you can apply that goal from the Peace Corps into all facets of life. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
I'm curious to this. Why did you join the Peace Corps?
Oh, that's a funny story. My cousin, Daba Riddle, she joined the Peace Corps in the 1960s, 70s, right after JFK created the organization. And she would tell me stories because she served in Togo in West Africa. And she would tell me stories about people. They would take a stick and roll the worm out and tape the sticks to their legs so they could roll the worm out a little bit every day and walk around with these sticks on their lower limbs with worms coming out of them. And I was like, I want to go somewhere where that is happening, because it just seems so foreign to me, so different than anything I could ever imagine.
I have to go to where the worms are, out of our
I was,
legs. Oh my gosh.
I just couldn't imagine a world, because I'm like, if that is what's happening, imagine all the other things that I don't even, like the little things that I'm not even hearing about, that life must be like there. What is something that you feel like you had while you were in Peace Corps at your site that if you hadn't had it, you may not have lasted? Like, what kept you going?
It's going to get hard. You and Caitlin.
Yeah. Caitlin Carrillo and John Lee.
We got to say something about Caitlin. I mean, come on, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't know how I would have survived. That was my roommate. She is the one. I got to come home to somebody. I got to vent with somebody. I got to have literally a sister to do that experience with, that you love, you fight with, you laugh with. I was so lucky that I got to have that experience with her and with you, that we could go and get through the tough days and enjoy the fun days with one another.
Yeah. Look, we had other site mates and they were great, but it was the three of us is what felt markedly different.
Even though she's not with us anymore, she was working, helping victims of terrorism find justice. And it just speaks so much to who she was as a person.
Caitlin Carrillo was our site mate. She died in 2019. We lost a battle with cancer.
But still lives in our hearts and always will.